Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back class 7th in your online physics class. In your previous class I have sent an activity, and that activity shows that the sound travel in a medium, and so you all have understood. I hope you all have understood that sound needs a medium to propagate. Sound does not propagate in vacuum. Now I'll talk about that the sound waves are longitudinal waves. So in this class we are going to learn how the sound waves moves in a medium, propagates in a medium, and these waves, the sound waves, are longitudinal waves. We will learn today. So let's understand with an example. I have taken here a tuning fork. This is a tuning fork. Now when this you can see these this is the two hands of this tuning fork. Now when I say when we vibrate this fork, what happens? This sponge moves forward. It moves like this. It moves forward like this, right? So when it moves forward, what happens? A region created. The region of compression is created like this. When it moves forward, what happens? The particles near this region compresses. So a region of compression is created. And when this sponge moves backward, what happens? When it moves backward, a region of rarefaction is created like this. So when the sponge moves forward, the particles in front of it compresses and creates a region of compression. And when the sponge moves backward, the particles in front of it spread. The particle in front of it is spread and creates a region of rarefaction. Okay, so what happens? It happens like at once it creates a region of compression, and then it creates a region of rarefaction, and then compression, and then rarefaction. So this is how the particles moves in a medium. They makes compression, rarefaction, compression, rarefaction. So this is how the particles starts moving in a medium in this direction, right? So you can see here that the sound waves, you can say, are moving in this direction. Means compression, rarefaction are moving in this direction, right? And the particles are also moving back and forth, or you can say to and fro. So these small particles are moving like this, back and forth. So here you can see that the direction of compression and rarefaction is also in this direction, and the particles are also moving in this direction. So this type of wave is known as longitudinal waves. Longitudinal waves, what are longitudinal waves? The disturbance created at one end generate waves in the slinky that travel in the form of compression and rarefaction. These waves are called longitudinal waves, and in these waves the particles of the medium vibrate to and fro or back and forth along the direction of propagation of waves. A sound waves travel in this manner. So we can conclude that sound waves are also longitudinal waves. Okay. So it is clear that these sound waves travel in sound waves are longitudinal waves. So here you can see the region where the particles of a medium are very close to each other. This region is known as compression. Compression we denote it by C, and the region where the particles of a medium are far away. So this region is known as rarefaction, and we denote it by capital R here. So the waves are moving in a form of compression, rarefaction, compression, and rarefaction, and the direction of wave is this. And the particle of a medium is also moving to and fro along the direction of propagation of wave. So these types of waves are known as longitudinal waves, and so we can conclude that sound waves are longitudinal waves. Clear, everyone? Now terms related to a sound. So first I'll make out a sound wave on this paper. How we represent the sound wave on a paper. So I have told you that the particles vibrate to and fro, right? So see, when suppose this axis shows the displacement of the particle and this axis shows the time, okay? Now if I say that initially the particle is in its original position. Suppose this is the particle of a medium and initially it is at its original position. So suppose this is the original position of the particle. Initially it is at this point. Okay, now suppose this is the particle. Now if this particle start vibrating, so first let's suppose first it moves in this direction. So when this particle moves in this direction, what happens? Suppose this, like this, right? Now again this particle will come back at its original position. So we can represent it like this. Now here the particles is coming at its original position, right? So now when it comes at its original position, now it moves further in the opposite direction like this. It means it is moving further but in the opposite direction like this. Now again from here it moves at its original position. So again it moves at its original position. So this is how we represent the sound wave on a graph paper. Okay, so this is how again the particles move but in the opposite direction, and again it comes back to its original position, and again it starts moving but in the opposite direction, and again it comes back at its original position. So this goes on. So this is how we represent a wave. So this is a sound wave. Now what are the terms related to this wave? I hope it is clear to you. Now see, first term is vibration. So you all know that what is vibration. First is vibration. So vibration is what? Vibration is the to and fro motion that makes up one complete wave is called one vibration. Now see, one vibration means what? When the particles move in this direction and then again come in its original position and then moves in this direction and then again come on in its original position. So this makes this is one vibration, right? So if I say that the particle moves and then again comes in its original position and then the particle moves but in the opposite direction and again comes into its original position. So till here we can say that it is one vibration, and this one vibration is one complete wave. Okay, if I make one vibration, so it is like this. This is one vibration and this is one complete wave. Okay, and one complete wave. And next thing is this, that this is the compression. This is compression. and this is rarefaction. Okay, this is compression, this is rarefaction. This is how our wave is moving. So one complete wave, you can say that one complete wave is from one compression to another compression, you can say that. Or one complete wave is from one rarefaction to other rarefaction. Okay, so this is vibration. Now second is wavelength. Now what is wavelength? Second is wavelength. Now wavelength is the distance between two consecutive compression or rarefaction. If I talk about the distance between the two compression, then it is the wavelength of this wave. Okay, wavelength is denoted by the Greek letter, this is lambda. We denote the wavelength by this is the Greek letter lambda. So this is the wavelength is the distance between the two compressions, or it is the distance between the two rarefaction. This is the wavelength. The SI is as this wavelength is the distance, so we the SI unit is meter or centimeters. Okay, so the SI unit is meter. We measure this we measure the distance by meter, centimeters. So if we talk about the SI unit, then the SI unit of wavelength is meter. Now what is amplitude? Amplitude is the maximum displacement of the wave on either side of its main from its main position. Here you can see that the largest, the maximum displacement is still here of this wave, right? So this distance is amplitude. If you see from here, so this is the largest displacement, so this distance is amplitude. So the maximum displacement of the wave on either side of its main position is called an amplitude, and again this the SI unit of amplitude is meter. Next is time period. What is time period? The time taken by the wave to complete one vibration is called time period. Now if I say that this is position O and this is position S, so this is the one complete wave, right? This is the one complete wave. So the time period, what is the time period? Time period is the time taken by a wave to complete one vibration. This is one wave, it means this is one vibration, right? So the time taken to travel this distance, you can say to complete this one vibration, is known as time period. So here the time taken by the wave to travel from O to S is the time period of the wave. If I say, suppose the time taken to move from this position O to position S is 2 seconds, then time period would be 2 seconds. Okay, now frequency. What is frequency? Frequency is the number of complete waves produced in 1 second. It's called frequency of the wave. Frequency, see here, if I say that 1 second is completed here, so when you will count the number of one complete waves, this is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Here are 4 complete waves are forming in 1 second. So here the frequency is 4, and we denote the frequency by small f or small n, and the SI unit of frequency is hertz, H-E-R-T-Z, hertz, and we denote it by Hz. So we will write here 4 hertz, 3 hertz. So what is frequency? Frequency is the number of complete waves produced in 1 second is called frequency of the wave.